In the second book of the Hunger Games trilogy, Katniss Everdeen attempts to save the ones that she loves after her actions from the first book. This is my review of Catching Fire. The first time I read Catching Fire was immediately after I read The Hunger Games, because after reading The Hunger Games I was like, holy crap, I need to read more about this series. And so I got the trilogy set and I started to read Catching Fire, and after reading Catching Fire I really loved Catching Fire. I mean, it wasn't as good in my opinion as the first book, but it was really good overall still. And I read it again last year, and then I reread it again. I started to reread it a week ago, and I finished it 2 days before Catching Fire came out. And gotta tell you guys, it's still good, even though I read it for a third time. It's still good. The good points. So I think the major good point overall about Catching Fire was the author, Suzanne Collins, because she does a magnificent job of continuing the story, like showing us the aftermath of Katniss's actions from the first book, of showing like the effects of the games on Katniss and everything, of showing more character development with the characters that we know, and with new characters even, and setting things up like for this book and for the last book. I also like how in Catching Fire, the first 2/3 of the book are aimed towards like the aftermath of Katniss's actions and the lead up to the next Hunger Games. And I like how the third part was just about the games in this book. I thought that it was a good balance in my opinion, because of like the stuff that's going on right now in the story. And there were some surprises throughout the book. There were some things that I didn't really think Suzanne was gonna like go toward, but she did, and I thought that they really went well. I thought she really wrote those surprises out well, but I'm not gonna spoil anything because you need to read this for yourself. And the final good thing I'll say about the book is the ending that Suzanne wrote for us, because the ending was really good. It like wanted me to have more. Like, it was such a good cliffhanger for a book. Are there any bad points about Catching Fire? I mean, some people may say that they wanted more of the Hunger Games in this book, but really the story really isn't about the Hunger Games anymore. It's about like the revolution that's beginning and everything. It's about like the uprising, and it's more about the characters more than the games. It's like the games like really don't matter anymore. You just care about the characters and everything more and more. So what do I give Catching Fire? I give it 4 out of 4 stars. I mean, in my view, there's nothing wrong with the book. I thought Suzanne did a really good job of the character development, of showing us the aftermath of the actions from Katniss from the first book, of developing new characters and everything. She wrote a really good Hunger Games. I thought that it was balanced, with 2/3 of it not being part of the games and the last third of it being the games. And really a incredible book. So that's it.